TV shows in the 60s. You can certainly try.
Yeah, Lady Yes. By the B, and I'm big like the Gladiator. And on the wheels, we got DJ Big Jeff. And to my left, we got the legend in the building.
Talib Kweli is in the building. Gutter Rainbows.
Gutter Rainbows.
Like,
yes.
So go download that.
How long it took you to make that?
Gutter Rainbows took about 2-3 months. I started in about August, September, finishing up about November.
Let's talk about the production. Okay, go
What made you come up with the name Gutter Rainbow?
The image of a rainbow in the gutter has been something that's fascinated me since I was a little kid. You know, anybody who's lived in the inner city has looked down and seen the oil in the street, you know, and when the sun reflects off the oil is at different levels, so it create, you know, colors. This is something that, as a little child in the hood, you think it is pretty, but then when you grow up, you realize that, you know, maybe we shouldn't have to live so close to oil in the street. So it's the idea that you can find beauty and nature in places where you may not supposed to see it at.
That's what's up. Yeah. Now, Maya was about to say, talking about the production, I wanted to ask something along those lines. Don't know you personally, but you seem like an intelligent man, and this is probably one of the first times that you had to deal with every aspect of the business, right, since you finance it yourself. How was that, like, getting the producers, maybe paying them or negotiating deals for swaps and all that stuff?
Well, for the last couple of years of my career, I've been moving in that direction, but this is the first time I took it on fully. And even with, you know, before Drew High, Noah, and Buckshot and them got involved, man, it was very, very hard. Even with me being a little bit of established artist, I found that
people greedy. That's what you found.
No, I just found it was tough. I mean, you know, we talk about paying producers, sample clearances, you know, getting in touch with a marketing promotion company, finding a publicist. You know, it was overwhelming. It was stressful, and the worst thing about it is it takes so much time away from what I should be doing, which is being in the studio, recording music.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
So you found a medium now that you...
Yeah, God bless 3D, man, because if they didn't step in when they stepped in, the album was done. When they stepped in, I'd already, you know, did the swaps, paid the producers. I hadn't done the sample clearance stuff yet, but the album was ready to be put out. But I was on my last legs. I was like, you know, like
crawling to the finish line. Water.
And they stepped in, and you know, they've been doing duck downs successfully for 15 years. So they stepped in and knew within 2-3 days we had everything set up, ready to go. They knew exactly what to do.
And you had some slept-on producers really on your album, like a lot. And
the producers on this album are the ones that are defining the sound of progressive quality underground hip hop. They may not be household names, but anybody who pays attention to this music, like, you know, when I'm on my Twitter feed, people find out that Marco Polo, Symbolic One, E. Jones, Crisis are on the album, and I'm finding out that they got fan bases that I didn't even know about. People like, I'm getting new fans from working with somebody like Crisis, who's not necessarily a household name, but if you pay attention to hip hop, besides the glamour and the bright lights and what's really going on in the music, you know Crisis, you know Marco Polo, you've heard these names, you know what I'm saying?
And so people are getting like way smarter too. They know that they have to build like an online movement as well and a fan base. So like everyone's kind of doing that now.
You're talking about like the producers?
Yeah, even the producers have, you know, Rhyme Sayers and all these like, you know, Static Selecta and all these guys have like giant followings behind them, which helps, you know, in the whole movement. And on top of that, you also had a lot of features on there. Some were new people, but then there were some people like Jean Grey, who I really like that you like never have given up on her. Like you still, no, I'm not saying that in a way like but you know, just she can really spit, and unfortunately, like in hip hop right now, they don't really care about that aspect. It seems like in commercial hip hop.
No, you're right. I mean, Jean Grey is one of the best artists that I've ever seen in my life, and there's been a lot of you know, ups and downs trying to get her project out there. But when you say I laugh when you say never give up on her, because like I really wish that the world could see what I see. I feel like the world is missing out. People who come into contact with Jean Grey on a real level, whether it's through a song or seeing her show, they know. You know, but the gates are so well guarded that it's hard to get people to even pay attention sometimes.
No, that's dope, because you know, you see like Redman with Lady Luck. He wouldn't even do a track now. I mean, I'm not saying maybe he would, I don't know, but like you don't see that type of chemistry or
well, I mean, like with Lady Luck, from what I remember, you know, she could spit, by the way. Like she won.
Incredible.
She won the The battle, and she was in the Source Unsigned Hype, and she got signed to Def Jam. Because I remember this crazy. She's on the Pharoah Monch Simon Says remix.
Right.
And this is how the industry was back in the day. The Simon Says remix was so crazy, and Redman and Method Man was cracking at the time. So it's like, yo, we want to do the Simon Says remix. Busta, you know how Busta is. Busta's like, well, I gotta be on it. You know what I'm saying? Busta just, bully foot his way onto the remix with the verse and all that. And then Def Jam was like, okay, you can let Redman, we're gonna let Redman and Method Man be on it, but you need to put Lady Luck on it. So even with Redman, like, it was a Def Jam trying to like force them together more than somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then Rawkus was like, all right, well, then we need to put Shabam Sadiq on it. Right. So when you hear the remix, it's Shabam Sadiq, Redman, Method Man, Busta Rhymes, Lady Luck, and Pharoah Monch. But I say that to say that, with all due respect to Lady Luck, because she can't spit, that was a corporate relationship. Jean Grey is somebody I've known since I was 13 years old, rhyming in Washington Square Park. Like, we know each other's families and all that. Yeah, undeniable chemistry too, always on records. There was a song, Tater Tot? Tater Tot, yeah, shout out to Nick Speed in Detroit.
Real quick, because do you feel like the art of storytelling because that was a storytelling type of record. If you want to just give a background quickly to people out there that might not have heard the record, Well, I'm not known for those storytelling type of records, but I'm a fan of not just storytelling rap, your Ray and Ghost, your Slick Ricks, your Biggies. That's something that I look at from a distance and be like, damn, I wish I could do that. I'm also a fan of like the Coen brothers and Quentin Tarantino, and really well written sort of road trip violent films. Like this is my shit. So Tater Tots was an attempt for me to try that genre and try to create something cinematic, and to try to be on a Talib Kweli record, somebody other than Talib Kweli, which I've never done before. I have a group called Idol Worship with Reese, where I do different things, play different characters, but as an artist, you never want to be in a box. And Tater Tots allowed me to do that, and I think I want to start doing that more often.